So I told you I had a couple of fragrances coming in from Max Aroma of the Spirit of Dubai to test them out and see if there's any really wearable ones based on my taste. The Spirit of Dubai is known for making grenade performing fragrances, but some of them are a little bit too abstract, extra niche-y, and ultra artistic for my personal taste. I kind of like a perfect balance of both. So today we're gonna be testing out Spirit of Dubai's Fakhama and see what type of energy and time this joint is on. Let's roll my music so we can check out the Spirit of Dubai Fakhama.
We're all alone. Yeah, that's a friend from the south side. In case you cared, out of all your friends, I want to be Cuba.
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This is your boy, 𝐷 to the U to the B to the A. Another Spirit of Dubai fragrance with a ton of notes. Shout out to Max Aroma for sponsoring today's video and sending this fragrance for review. Now, I selected this particular fragrance based on the wildness of the notes, and the note breakdown seemed to speak to me as far as like a 𝗙𝗲𝗲𝗀𝗀 kind of energy. So I was like, ooh, there's a lot of fruity nuances in these note breakdowns that makes it seem like it could be potentially interesting and maybe an undiscovered gem. I haven't smelled this joint. I've just taken off the cellophane wrapper. It still keeps that same presentation as the last Spirit of Dubai Bahar fragrance that I've smelled. This one might have a bit of a different presentation. Talk about screams like Uncle Cuba, flashy, stones, a little loud, yet muted in color. Beautiful presentation. I gotta give him that for sure. Screams opulence and luxury, just like, you know, right here.
Hello, handsome. Nice muscles.
Now this is a beautiful presentation. I love the stone placement. I love this little soft coffin that it comes in. The coffin is even lined itself. Then you got the beautiful bottle right there. Presentation, I gotta give it to them. Has a very Middle Eastern regal energy to this joint. Also with a blend of kind of like Art Deco-ish energy. I don't know if you guys get that same vibe, but I sure as hell do. Now in typical Spirit of Dubai fashion, the note breakdown is obnoxiously long.
Oh my God.
But it has different components like obviously fruit, multiple roses throughout. And of course at the base it has those scary notes that Uncle Cuba doesn't love. Civet, castoreum. Come on, man. Fecal animal butthole is just... It's not my type of energy, man. These are notes that scare me, so I hope the fruitiness comes up a little bit more with the sweet rose and beautiful ambers and saffron and ginger and spices and not just a ball of castoreum and civet. Google what these things are, man. It's secretions from an animal's asshole. Like, who wants to smell that? More so, who discovered that? How did you even figure that out? And this is multiple conversations that I've had with people who are outside of the fragrance space when we've had conversations about ambergris and shit like that, and they're like, yo, for real though, who sat down and discovered this? Like, yo, like, did a dude really sit down and be like, yo, before I violate this animal because I'm in the middle of the jungle and there's nothing to penetrate, let me smell its ass first and then go, this could be a fragrance note? What? I don't know, bro, shit's weird. But hopefully Fakhama or Fakhama does not have a lot of that element, as this is going to be a first impressions. I don't know what to expect. I'm just hoping for the best. Castoreum, I can't right now. Yeah, it has a little bit of like a Tonka Cola essence. A lot of spices here. You do get a little bit of that civet energy, not gonna lie. You get that butthole-ish kind of oody, old school, slightly disturbing. There's that I'm gonna last on your skin 7 months, so wash me kind of smell. The fruitiness here smells like overly ripe fruit. It's got a good blend. There's a lot of fluidity here. Let me let this dry down for a minute just to get the full essence of the fragrance, because it's a little bit too dense, too artistic for my personal taste based off the smelling off the test strip, but we'll see. All right, let's give it another snort here. You do get a heavy castoreum. You get the civet. I'm getting ultra ripe fruit. I'm getting a bushel of spices, like wild mix of spices. I'm getting oody essences and an amber base, but the amber isn't overly sweet. It's more of a spicy amber mix with very, very dark bases and a moderate mix of just a bunch of fruit. Like, it's not necessarily my cup of tea. One thing this joint is not slacking is performance at all. It's definitely very rich, resinous, Middle Eastern vibes, 1,000,000%. There's nothing here that smells like a synthetic disaster, but the scent profile for me doesn't scream my personal taste. Very artistic. It's kind of in the space of like a zoologist scent profile blended with like mild jubilation 25 essences with extra dashes of something like a Chanel and a 𝗙𝐻𝐿𝐒. Although it's not my type of energy, let me spray it on skin and see what kind of energy I'm getting off of it skin-wise, because the test strip does come off definitely different on certain scents. But right now, off the test strip, not my type of vibe, but maybe the skin's different. Nah. Too rich for my taste. You have to be that civet, castoreum, artistic, Middle Eastern, ultra deep and powerful, very brute fragrance enthusiast to appreciate that fragrance. And I'm too novice for that. Like, this is not my cup of tea. Very complex, very bold, very deep and rich, but also, for me, a little bit too much of that rotten fruit type essence. There's a little bit of animalic energy coming off this joint. The amber saves it a little bit for me, but just not enough for me to pull this off and feel confident and sexy about it. Because when I wear a fragrance, I like the artistic aspect probably the least. I want more of the sex appeal factor or something to help increase my confidence level based on my fit, based on my feeling, and based on the overall vibe. And for me, unfortunately, this is too artistic for me. It performs incredible, does not smell cheap, does not smell whack, and does not smell of weak performance, but a little bit too foo-foo artsy for my taste. Very strong Middle Eastern energy. So if you're like a oud, castoreum, civet lover, like I said, like brands of zoologists or something like that, this would be 1,000,000% up your alley. But unfortunately, it's not one of mine. I always keep it all the way a buck. This is not a fragrance that I can get hip to personally. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Shout out to Max Aroma for sponsoring today's video. I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested. Maybe any promo codes listed below if you are looking for Spirit of Dubai fragrances and I need to get my hands on other. I have to find the right Spirit of Dubai and I need your help. Leave it in the comments below. I'll see y'all stitches next time. You know who it is. Biggest in the game. Smooches.
Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would